Hello, 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 and welcome to a brand new mini episode of And JUSH Like That. Today I have a very special co-host. This co-host happens to be my golden girl, my Suzanne to my Wendy Williams, my Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, and Samantha. She's everything to me. This is my best friend, Veronica Valentine. Do you want to say hello?
Hello, hello, hello. Miss Veronica Valentine is in the building, in the studio, and I'm very happy to be here.
This is Ronnie's first venture on my podcast, which is kind of crazy to think about because there's been so much history with us.
And so much discussion about this business venture.
Yes, it has been a thing, I think we can finally announce that Ronnie is my executive producer for this podcast, as well as kind of the executive producer for everything in my life.
A dream come true.
Really, she is the point person that I go to for basically anything. So thank you for being here today. But today, I wanted to go ahead and do 2 episodes this week because so much stuff has been happening, especially in the Britney Spears side of pop culture. In the Britney Spears metaverse, there has been much news, and I thought that we could dedicate just an entire episode to what is going on between Britney Spears and her little sister, Jamie Lynn.
And her little sinner, Jamie Lynn.
And her little sinner.
Let's get into it, babe.
Let's get into it. So, the Free Britney movement. Let me hear a clap for the Free Britney movement. Clap if you care.
Minute.
We all do. Background story on the Free Britney movement. I was on Twitter the day that the Free Britney movement started. I was mutuals with the people who made the Free Britney movement because that was a Stan Twitter thing.
That was a Stan Twitter thing.
Well, I guess above Stan Twitter, I raise you an even more niche place where I like to live, which is gay Stan troll Twitter.
Yeah.
They are the ones that start,
Because even just regular, Stan Twitter, it's there's 2 different kind, with the troll and then the regular, you know?
Yeah, when I say Stan Twitter, I mean more of a Stan gay troll Twitter.
More a housewife vibe, you know, very dedicated to our legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, this happened. I remember being Free Britney till the day, or since the day it was conceived.
I remember watching, I don't know if it was because of Free Britney or not, but in the very beginnings of Free Britney, me and my mom watched a Brit documentary together, and in just tears, girl, we were after we saw Free Britney, we were like, free fucking Britney.
Well, girl, the thing is that documentary came out a year after the Free Britney movement had actually started. This was a grassroots thing, a group of 12 stans would meet each other in LA and just go protest outside of the hearings. Nobody knew what this was.
A ground up organization, truly.
Yeah. And I'm get them turned the Democratic Party. Call the Free Britney people, put them in charge of the DNC. We will not lose midterms in 2022.
I would be, if I was one of them, I would be putting that I started the Free Britney organization on every resume.
Oh, on my LinkedIn. Yeah, it would literally be Juliana Neal, # Free Britney creator.
Yep. And I'm giving no one else credit for that.
Yeah. But I will say, I could definitely be a better fan to Britney Spears.
Same.
I love many of the songs. I could probably do every single hit off of every single album, even some of the deep cuts. But I must say, and I will admit this right now, a lot of my Britney knowledge comes from Glee and the covers on Glee. I know how annoying that sounds, but it's tea.
But this is
because we grew up in a different. We were a little too young for Britney.
That was my argument for you. Britney was also in our infancy, literally. we're babies.
We grew up with Miley Cyrus.
We love Britney because we love, we're kids of the 2000s. We love pop. We love Pink.
Well,
we
yeah.
love the girl. Like that's why we love Brit. We love our
pop
queen.
stars.
We love pop.
Yeah,
and
we
I love women,
pop and we love
she's
pop.
both.
Yeah, exactly. So I could definitely be a bigger Britney fan, but I have never been a Britney hater. Ever. I remember watching her on the X Factor Live season 2 Mama. Like I remember watching Fifth Harmony be created. I remember the shade.
Oh.
Everything.
The iconic face.
Oh, yeah. I wish that there was a video podcast because Ronnie is literally doing that right now.
Yep.
Anyways, so Britney has been freed from her conservatorship. So Britney and her sister Jamie Lynn from Zoe 101 fame, and then of course got pregnant at a very young age, and Zoe 101 got canceled after 4 seasons, kind of went into obscurity, and then kind of rebranched out a couple years ago, starring in a couple small things. I feel like in Netflix. Yeah, she was in that not Steel Magnolias, Sweet Magnolias.
Sweet Magnolias.
With Jane Bingham from Drop Dead Diva. Love that show. Love that show. But see, like, even I watched a TikTok the other day and it was like, isn't it sad that, like, even the one, like, fat girl that we have on television that was, like, really doing her thing was actually a skinny girl and, like, was reincarnated as a fat girl. And that's why she had confidence.
As a karmic joke.
Come on. No, but, like, anyways, she was in it. Jane Bingham, I love her. She can sing too. She's like a Broadway girl. I'm sorry. Ooh. I could talk about Jane Bingham all day. Attorney at law. Wonderful show. Anyways, wait, do you think that Jane Bingham would have a Miranda level thing with her black professor on the first day of school? I think that Jane Bingham would be a little bit more woke than that. What do you think?
She would, because...
Oh my God, wait, sorry. Can we get a Drop Dead Diva reboot, and can it be called And Judge Like That, where Jane Bingham is appointed as a judge? I'm sorry.
Boom, 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 boom. No, get off the mic.
I'd watch it.
I would I thought of, and then we'll get into it, but you brought up a reboot, and we're watching Miss
And
Ugly
Just
Betty.
Like That. Oh.
Reboot or no reboot?
Reboot. Reboot, because I love them. I love them all. Wait, have you met the trans character yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Played by a cis woman. I still think this show is so ahead of its time.
It is.
Okay, like, of course it still has to use those same jokes that they did use in 2006, but the storylines are there. Like, the storylines, the bones are there. It's a good show.
The bones are there, and even the bones of the joke is there, if that makes sense. Like, it's not...
Yeah, because I feel
you know what I'm saying?
The writer's room kind of knew that these jokes weren't necessarily okay to do, but knew that these were the jokes that they had to do.
And I think they tried their best to do it in a way that wasn't as awful as every other show did. It was still not good, but they're like, let me try to maneuver it in a less awful fucking way.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's get back into this Britney versus Jamie Lynn thing. Yeah. So Britney and her sister Jamie Lynn have been at odds publicly for the last week with the conservatorship over. Britney has kind of been reclaiming her narrative piece by piece in this case, or actually text posts on Twitter after text post on Twitter.
Post on post. Notes app by notes app. She's been clearing her name.
But the thing is, it's not even notes
and
app.
Taking
like,
a stand.
I love that. It's not notes app.
She opened a doc.
Yeah.
She opened a doc.
It's such small, it's a little too compact for me. I wish that she would have...
But she does have emojis, and that's
lots of emojis.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Britney
like share
Spears...
level.
I was going to say, like, I can see Britney Spears, like, become share level Twitter
where she goes,
following.
Like, I saw a tree, 8 eyes going one way, the boom emoji.
Oh,
and
and
then an
then
exclamation point.
and I love the women that will sit there and then decipher what Cher's actually saying to us.
And Cher said what she's saying. She just does it via emoji.
Yeah. Anyway, so this whole story kind of began with the announcement of Jamie Lynn's new book, The Things I Should Have Said. But I do want to preface that this book was greenlit way before the Free Britney movement had any real traction. Like, this book has been being written for the last, 2 to 3 years type of thing. It wasn't originally about Britney, but then, of course, they had to pivot it to kind of make it about Britney. I would imagine that in the actual book itself, Britney's mentioned maybe twice in the whole book, and then at the very end, in an epilogue, has a little bit more discussing what happened.
I'll tell you what I hypothesize probably happened in the publishing office is she had the book written out, and it was mainly focused on her Jamie, because it's her life. It was a memoir. They read it, they go, yeah, it's good. People don't really care about you that much, you know? And then I'm sure they were reading it during Free Britney. They're like, hey, this thing is... Just juice it up, because no one cares just about Jamie, and now all this thing with Britney, throw it in there, you know?
Oh, girl, no, I would full be on, no, bitch, you're rewriting the book. It's going to be all about Britney.
I'm doing that, and just like that, we're postponing for the next holiday season stocking stuffers.
Oh.
It's going to be all about Britney.
Yes, we are. And also, we will be having sorry, I just want to add this real quick. There will be a full-length episode as well this week, where we will be getting into and just like that and all of that stuff, featuring Ronnie as my guest. But we just wanted to make a quick little bonus episode for y'all today. Anyways, so Jamie is on a press tour to promote the book, where she has decided to throw a couple of jabs at her sister.
A couple of jabs, a couple of spears. Boom.
Boom. So, in the interview, I believe this was a GMA interview, Jamie accused Britney of locking in them in a room together with a knife. And Britney kind of took to Twitter to really set the record straight.
And she wrote that record.
I have it in front of me right now, and I'm not going to read it line for line just because Britney loves to ramble. Britney is a girl after my own heart. She loves to tell many stories at once and not finish any of them.
She's a girl much like us in her writing, and where she writes like she talks, which is just nonstop. So it's 8 full pages of her just rambling.
Yeah, and we didn't really need any of this, so I went before this episode and kind of bolded a couple things that I really liked and thought that could, help us tell the story a little bit. So, Britney first off kind of starts talking about how she had a really high fever this day, and that she asked her security guard if she could go get medicine, and they basically said no and wouldn't do it for her, which I already have an issue with, because I'm like... And do your fucking job.
And more
Britney
specifically, she wasn't even asking for her to leave and go get it, which she should anyway. She's not in the conservatorship. If she wants to leave, she should be able to. Yeah. She literally asked, "Can you go get me in a leave?" And they were like, "No."
Yeah,
she's a grown woman. That. She has.
I don't like that.
That is so sick.
Fire the security. Get new security.
Where I'm like, who is still
Britney
on your team in which these decisions are being making? Who is still here?
I hope that there is someone there. Anyways, so, first quote, oh, well, I looked at my phone and I see that my sister did an interview to promote her book. I watched it with a 104-degree fever, LOL, and it was actually kind of nice having a fever so high because I had to surrender to not caring. I just couldn't give a fuck, but my head hurt so bad.
Yeah.
How sad for Britney. How sad?
Oh my God. Because obviously I discussed this with a lot of people when it first came out, and we were just leave her alone. Since all of this has happened, and the Free Britney movement is to free Britney. Since it's all happened, she has been so incredibly publicized and talked about from her friends, family, fans, everyone, even us. We're talking about it right now.
Yep.
And it's just give her a break.
Yep. So later on, she goes to say, anyways, the 2 things that did bother me that my sister said was how my behavior was out of control. She was never really around me much 15 years ago at that time, so why are they even talking about that unless she wants to sell a book at my expense? Really? Then where the lady mentioned, why did she accuse you of doing remixes of her songs? I know it may sound silly, may sound like a silly thing to most people, but I wrote a lot of my songs and my sister was the baby. She never had to work for anything. Everything was always given to her. If you were me, you might understand asking for 13 years of remixes to go to a small venue show and on tours. 13 years later, they assigned me as the mother of all Heart of Gold. Brittany's sitting there seeing a 15-minute performance of... Okay, so now I'm confused because Brittany doesn't make sense.
And I was going to stop you, and I wish Brittany would have not typed so feverishly because I don't know what she's saying here.
Yes, okay, so so I know... Let's go ahead and break this part down.
I just don't know what Mother of All Heart of Gold is. It's very Game of Thrones.
It's like how I write because it's very...
I'm Mother of All Heart of Gold.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure what Brittany is saying. Of course, at the front she says, clearly Jamie is selling a book using Brittany's name.
Yeah.
Because what has Jamie...
Because what does Jamie have to give?
Jamie's selling point is being Britney Spears' little sister.
That's it. Because no one cares enough, baby. I'm
no one
so
cares
sorry.
enough.
No one cares enough.
So this next portion, I'm pretty sure is referencing a time where Jamie was like either on a tour or did a couple small venues performing a bunch of Britney songs, in which there was one time where Britney was in the audience.
One time it was a tribute, and I think she did it a lot of other times as like concerts, kind of.
Weird.
Oh, get a fucking career and life of your own. Stop suckling off of your older sister. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're suckling off of her while you're suckling off of her abusers. Your father, her managers.
Yep. Okay. So
get your own tea.
We got that part. 13 years later, they assigned me as the mother of all Heart of Gold. Love that lyric.
That is where I don't think I'm ever going to decipher that, but it is a fabulous song title.
Right? I'm like, I need to get that tattoo.
Mother of all Heart of Gold.
Mother of all Heart of Gold. But see, I was always the bigger person. They all got to do it and play me, and I always just sat there and took it. But see, now it's a joke. The last thing I would ever do is ask for what was just given to her. So yes, they did ruin my dreams. I got a little worked up when I first read that. So yes, they did ruin my dreams. She made all of their dreams possible. And what did she get in return? They ruined her.
I would say, stole her dream. They stole it from her.
Yeah.
They said, you have the ability. No, they went, you have this talent, you have this ability, you have this drive. We're gonna completely exploit that and turn your love for this into an absolute hate.
Yeah. Gross.
Sick.
Quote, I hope your book does well, Jamie Lynn. Yep. Another tattoo. I need that. I hope your book does well, Jamie Lynn. How condescending is that? I love it.
Yeah. And before I get into what I was going to say, we'll keep reading.
The media, this business, has always been extremely hateful to me. I've given enough, more than enough, and I was never given back. I was never given back ever what I want. They say it. Okay, I want. Period. Brittany, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out.
I think she just was getting madder and madder. And when you're getting in an argument with someone, and I'm not gonna take the time to proofread.
Pissed. Oh no, I'm sharing it with you.
She was sitting there with 104-degree fever and getting hotter and hotter. Bitch.
Oh yeah, girl. She was waiting for that Aleve to kick in.
She's about to burst into flames, girl. Fire alarms going off.
She was like, "Girl, give me a Diet Coke and let me type."
She went,
yeah, give me a Diet Coke, my blue light glasses, and my laptop. Stat, you know?
Let's get into it. Let me find my footing here. The media, this business, has always been extremely hateful to me. I've given enough, more than enough. I was never given back ever what I want, period. They say in the Bible, quote, "Ask and you shall receive." Not in my life. Just like my family, I asked security for a leave as I laid there with 104-degree fever in bed, and he told me no. My family ruined my dreams 100 billion% and try to make me look like the crazy one while I have 104-degree fever, not being able to move in my bed. We have to stop there before I finish.
Okay, wait, stop. Yeah. No, stop. Because I was going to stop you a little bit earlier. Again.
Yeah, there's so
because
much.
I love the way that Britney Spears uses the 104-degree fever as a metaphor to how her family has treated her. Genius.
She's a genius.
Genius.
Even pissed,
And
she gets it.
Yeah, and she, like, okay, because this is a very us thing, too. Getting mad, not proofreading anything, but then having a wonderful, like, little metaphor out of this. Like,
it's
like the connection that she made between the Bible, her family, and her current sickness.
Her current sickness and her family's ever-going sickness is just genius. It's genius.
Just like my family, I asked security for a leave as I laid there with 104-degree fever in bed, and he told me no. Okay, so I love how it's that, and then instantly goes into the next line. My family ruined my dreams 100 billion%.
100 billion%. Boom.
That is going to be in the next documentary.
Yep. And I can't wait.
I can see that, like, popping up.
I don't know. I'm like, I can't wait.
I will only be watching another documentary if Britney Spears is a producer, executive producer, or comes out herself and says, I, Britney Spears, approve this message.
I'm
tired of the cash grab. I'm
only hearing Britney's story through Britney when Britney wants. And if she doesn't want to, boom, then...
Where's our Britney Oprah interview? Why hasn't it happened yet?
People need to give her a goddamn break right now. She's yet to have a break. I don't think she'd be ready or willing to do an Oprah interview right now.
We got to get her a team.
We have to get her a team, and we got
to get her a team.
You know, get her a nice resort vacation or something. Just get everyone out of her hair. You know?
She needs an assist. Like, she needs an assistant that's just going to be ride or die with her.
I get her being weary of having a team, because I think that may be where she's at. Like, I'm a little weary of getting assistants and managers, and I totally get that. But if it's people she has control of, it should be okay.
But girl, like, we need you. My family, okay, we're going to the next one. My family loves to pull me down and hurt me always, and so I am disgusted with them. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, like, I hate that Britney has to post this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate that we have to get this far, that Britney has to or feels the need that she has to post this, you know? It's like, how heartbreaking for, how heartbreaking for her. I was going to say for all parties, but honestly, fuck Jamie Lynn.
Oh.
Fuck Lou Taylor.
I'm really like...
Fuck Jamie Spears.
Fuck Jamie Lynn and her false fake, like, I just want to be, like, I'm just doing all of this so I can show my daughters, like, be strong and stand up for yourself against who? Your incapacitated sister?
Wait, but we'll get into the daughters. We'll have to get into the daughters.
Because I watched a little of the GMA
that's
interview.
whole in the next. Yeah. And then she goes to the point of saying, and this is the last quote for the first story, "It's like I'm on the edge of reason. I want to sleep, yet my mind keeps wandering, and then it doesn't care again. I close my eyes for 20 minutes, and then it's on repeat."
Yep.
Leave her, leave Britney alone.
We're going to have to do another
Leave
Free
Britney
Britney
alone.
to Free Britney from the Free Britney. Like,
yeah, literally. We got to free Britney from the Britney.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the first post comes out. I read this at work, and I was like, holy crap.
Yep.
I was like, holy crap, I didn't think it would... I guess this isn't far-fetched. Like, of course, if this is something that would happen. Like, it's not like it's something where I'm like, oh, I can't believe this happened. But I can't believe this happened.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Britney did it like that, and how it wasn't on Instagram, it was on Twitter, and how, you know, like... That's
interesting that you point out.
I feel like this was very she had to get it out there.
Yeah.
She didn't go through a team. honestly, I don't think that Britney really has a team right now.
I don't think she
I
does.
think that she has a couple of attorneys that she's working with. I don't think that Britney will have a team for the next 6 months. I think that
the extent of her team are lawyers and a few security guards.
Yeah, who the lawyers are paying for, like,
and maybe
who,
like an assistant, kind of,
Yeah, and it's something like that. Anyways, so what? A day goes by, a couple of hours go by, and we get a Jamie Lynn statement.
Like, this is what we're saying. Like, this is pretty bonkers because it's really a tennis match here. Like,
and I don't like to see sisters fight.
I don't, but I do like, I like to see a girl standing up for herself and a girl saying, listen.
No, this is entertaining. But I hate to see sisters fight.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But with these circumstances, hit her where it hurts, Brittany. Hit her where it hurts.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
So for Jamie Lynn's, I'm going to go ahead and read a couple more lines from this one than I did on Brittany's because it was definitely curated by a publicist.
Well, and I'm going to say, it is a bit more coherent, and it is conciser.
It is.
But with that being said, it lacks the personality, the drama, the fire, the heat.
I mean, it lacks humanity, I think. Let's get into it. The last thing I want to be doing is this, but here we are. It's hard to see these posts, as I know the world also feels. I just wish her well. Britt, I am always here. Behind the scenes, I have always been here. And it's becoming exhausting when conversations and text we have in private don't match with what you post on social media. I know you're going through a lot and never want to diminish that, but also can't diminish myself. Then post some receipts. Get dirty, Jamie. Jamie.
Dirty.
Yep, Jamie, if she's really throwing you through the mud, and if your daughter is getting death threats like you say she is, why aren't you defending it? Like,
girl, she'll bring it.
Yeah.
She'll bring it.
Yep. So that's what I don't understand, where it's like, okay, Jamie, if this is how you believe, girl.
Okay. And I have to bring this up, even though it's a bit of a deviation, but it's not, because it goes with Jamie bringing receipts or lack of, and just saying things and then not having any sort of evidence to back it up. One of her old co-stars from Zoe 101, she comes for it in her book, saying that her old co-star bullied her, made her life a living hell, the typical Jamie Lynn excuses. Yeah. And
she's the baby of the family.
She's the baby of the family, and she's the baby of the world, because she acts like it. And her co-star came out and said, it's all a lie. Like, it's literally all, and her co-star had the receipts. And she said to Jamie, if you have receipts of someone saying that I said this, then show me, say it, bring it out. Because she said in her book, this person told me that she said this about me. She said, tell me who the person is, say who the person is. And Jamie is radio silent. Radio fucking silent. And her co-star is like, boom, you lie about me and you lie about your sister.
You lie about everyone, girl.
You lie about your life experience. The only truth you have is that you were a teen pregnancy girl and you got booted off your own show.
But we don't know who the father is.
Girl.
No, but like, that's another story.
I was going to say.
We can get into that later. Anyways, quite frankly, the things being said about me are absolutely not the truth. And I have to clarify that because it's now getting harder for me to rationalize to my oldest daughter why our family continues to get death threats as a result of their aunt's vague and accusatory posts, especially when we know she could tell the truth and put an end to it all at 1 second if she wanted to.
Are you
just like
joking?
You could, Jamie. Just like you could in the last 13 years.
You were the one who wrote the book. You were the one who does the interview. You are the... Brittany is not talking about your ass. She's not talking about any of you. You are the one bringing it up. So why are you saying that this is their aunt's doing?
They are literally gaslighting. Jamie Lynn is giving us gaslighting 101.
I couldn't believe she said
in class
because of their aunt's actions.
Pull out your notebook.
Did your aunt... Did Brittany write the memoir?
vague and accusatory posts, especially when she knows that she could tell the truth and put an end to it in 1 second if she wanted to.
And what's accusatory? Is accusatory saying my...
Sick, disgusting woman.
And listen to this. Is accusatory to her saying my family has been abusive to me and withholding my human rights to me? Or is it accusatory to say my older sister locked us in a room together with a knife? Which one sounds more like an accusation? You know?
Yeah.
That needs to be clarified.
Yep.
That needs to be cleared up.
Yep. Sadly, after a lifetime of staying silent, I have come to realize that this isn't going to be a reality, and I may have to set the record straight myself in order to protect mine and my family's well-being. Okay, that was a by the book. That was literally like, that girl just told you to buy the book without asking you to purchase the book.
She is thinking she's being a PR genius with this. Like, you know what I mean? I think she's thinking she's doing this very subtle promotion.
She thinks that she's on the high... Yeah, she thinks that... her and her team think that they're on the high road. What they don't understand is we're all seeing right through it. Like, no one is buying this. No one is buying... I mean, people are going to buy the book, unfortunately, because people are going to want to see what's in it, but people aren't buying this story.
And hopefully they're buying it secondhand.
The court of public opinion is not being swayed the way that they think that they're trying. You know,
But in her defense, a check is a check, so try to not buy the book.
So here's another... This honestly might be my favorite quote. That being said, I hate to burst my sister's bubble, but my book is not about her. I can't help that I was born as Spears too, and that some of my experiences involve my sister. If the book isn't about her, then why bring her up?
Why? That's all Brittany was saying. Why would I be in the book then? Why?
Yeah.
This is
why would I be in the book?
Awful case of get a job. Get a job.
Speaking of get a job, I've worked hard since before I was even a teenager, and I've built my career in spite of just being someone's little sister.
You only got Zoe 101 because you're Britney Spears' little sister.
Yeah, it was featuring Jamie Lynn Spears.
That is the only... Because don't tell me you think you're the strongest in that cast. Not when Victoria Justice is living and breathing on that cast.
I forget that she was in that show. I honestly like that nerd girl.
She also bullied.
The nerd girl who made the apple... Who? Victoria Justice bullied someone while she
bullied
could.
She bullied with Jamie Lynn on her co-stars, and I went, well, that one's valid, because she's Victoria Justice, but...
Well, okay, but Victoria Justice has a very similar career trajectory as what I would assume that our career trajectory would have been if we became famous at age 14 too.
Like kind of not one, but kind of still have one?
Well, more of, I think that we would both have such a huge head, think that we're the best of the best, and then get shown up by every single guest star that comes on the show.
Because every single other actor has gotten at least some sort of break. Besides the nerd with the puppet. Liz Gillies has Dynasty, which is a great show.
That's over.
Oh, no!
Girl, it got too crazy.
It got too long.
Like, season 1 was great. I couldn't start... Like, season 2 was so insane, I couldn't...
It got too long. I still really... That's such a good, like, crap watch, you know?
Yeah, no, like, that is like Emily in Paris, you know?
Just a good little corn popper.
But I would argue... that Dynasty is way better than Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
But in which me and Ronnie raise you Ugly Betty. Like...
In which we raise you Ugly Betty, in which we raise you and Just Like That.
Both, and Just Like That, and Just Like That. Binge them both. There are no sides, and I don't want drama, but I'm speaking my truth to heal my traumas. Oh. Okay. There are no sides. I don't want no drama, but I'm speaking my truth to heal my trauma. What is this, going to be her new single?
I was going to say, she's teasing a single girl. She had that one written since 13.
Oh, well, 13 years ago, girl. So I can close this chapter and move forward, and I wish my sister could do the same. No matter what comes, I will always love my big sister and be there for her. But it's time to put an end to an unhealthy chaos that has controlled my life for so long. Jamie Lynn Spears Watson. Funny how, again, I hate to raise my voice, but like, so I can close this chapter and move on. I wish my sister could do the same. Your sister was in what felt like a personal hell in prison to her for the last 13 years, while you allegedly, financially gained from the conservatorship. You know, we see those United flights that you were taking on Britney's card, Mama.
There's
like,
interviews.
Were those authorized?
There's interviews of her going like, I'm in, you know, because people will be like, what's your dynamic with your sister? Like, real cute. And she'll be like, oh, like, you know, I'm in control. I'm the little sister, but I'm in control. I literally saw a clip that said that.
Yep.
Oh, but girl, you wanted to help your sister?
Yeah. Leave her alone then. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to get out of this chaos that you're creating. That's what makes me mad.
That you created.
Jamie, you are the only person talking to him.
Exactly. You, like, Jamie, if you stop talking, Britney wouldn't be doing that. So, here we go into the newest and last big post from Britney.
Because Ad said this is a ping pong game of posts.
This is a ping pong game. It has been one post, a day later another post, a day later another post.
Sometimes
it's
twice
kind of,
a day, if we get a good one.
If we get a good one, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and skip a couple of these things because there's just so much bolded.
Once again, Britney wrote this one herself, whereas Jamie had someone else write it for her.
Yep. So, she kind of goes in and says, Jamie Lynn, I don't think that your book is about me at all. ... I know you worked hard for the life that you have, and you have done amazing. But I think that we would both have to agree to the fact that the family has never been remotely as hard on you as they have been on me. What Dad did to me, they don't even do to criminals.
Let's pause right there, just for the effect of it. Boom.
Boom. They don't even do that to criminals. So for you to sit back and act completely aloof to what has happened to me is honestly insane to me. Do you know anybody who has worked as hard as I did and did the hours I put in during those 13 years only to be sent away for 4 months for no reason at all? Oh my God. Again, I keep saying the word heartbreaking, but that's the best way to describe this. It's heartbreaking.
It is. It's complete abuse.
It's abuse. And speaking of abuse, the next quote, I won't even mention what was done to me in that place. Could you imagine the probably emotional, physical, mental abuse that Britney had to endure?
And I couldn't even, I can't even imagine the lengths because she is also such a superstar and people want such a proximity to her that it can get so dangerous.
Yeah. You guys treated me like nothing, and that's not even the half of it. I'm honestly shocked Dad isn't in jail. Come on. We were supposed to have each other's backs, but what you're saying is just truly confuses me. All I know is that I love you unconditionally. Come on. Like, this is a plea from Britney. This is a plea from Britney to basically say, like, you've had your fun.
Please stop.
Stop.
This, Jamie, is someone trying to get an end to the chaos that they have been dealt with their entire life. Is someone going, listen, I love you. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and even Britney acknowledges that, and she says, you know, so go ahead and say whatever you want. It's so tacky for a family to publicly fight like this. You say you love me, yet your loyalty is still with the people that hurt me the most. Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Like,
yep.
How can you say, literally, how can you say that you love me? How can you say that all of these nice things about me, but then still be so close to the dad, like, you know, still so close to Jamie and so close to the mom. Like, it's just not fair.
And still continue to benefit off of the things they did to Britney.
Again, literally, Jamie Lynn is the definition of gaslight. She's not even a girl boss. Like, it's literally just
gaslight.
Manipulate. Like,
she continues,
gaslight, manipulate. She's playing the game.
This book is proof she continues to profit off of Britney and what happened to Britney. Whatever.
And I think it's really interesting because it says the things that saddens me the most is that when all of this happened to me and I called you from that place, it would take you days to respond. You would text me days later and I was so scared. I needed my family, my blood, and your support more than anything. You guys did absolutely nothing until a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you come back from that?
You don't. You really don't. And then it's this part also. I said something on Instagram and you and Brian showed up to the house because of an Instagram post. Shows that they care way more about their public image than they do their relationship with their sister.
Yep. That, again, is a pattern.
That shows you everything you need to know about the person that Jamie Lynn is. Jamie Lynn is someone that cares way more about her public appearance
than she does about relationships.
She should be on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sounds like some Lisa Rinna shit.
No, girl, but that's a pattern with Jamie because in, other sources and interviews that I was gathering when I was like looking up all the Jamie and Britney things is people have come out and be like, if, again, her co-star, we have beef, and then she'll get in trouble in public and she'll try to rectify the beef we had years ago. Why? But like she wants you to make it public that you've reconciled.
She is playing a game like a housewife. Like she's literally playing the least.
She should get a job as a PR
over quarantine.
person.
No, literally, like over quarantine, she watched all seasons of Housewives of Beverly Hills and said, "I'm going to play the role of Lisa Rinna."
Yep.
Okay, so we're getting to the very end. I don't care anymore. Say whatever you want. Just know that I know you have a real heart. And more than anyone, it's your life and you deserve a beautiful life. I wish I would be able to do what you are doing and do more interviews. I'm scared of it all. I admire you being strong. Just know I love you and I think you know that already more than anything.
Like I literally want to cry.
Can we hug? Can we just
hug?
Can the girls hug? I know, can Britney just get some well-needed...
Can we just get some love?
Yeah. Yeah, can she just get some, well-needed closure so she can move on?
Can Britney get a good little girls' pizza night where she just feels real loved?
Okay, and I know that we talked about this a little bit before, but, and do more interviews. I'm scared of it all. Can we get Oprah call Britney Spears... hear me out. Oprah, call Britney Spears, get your team to make this the most comfortable way. Let's get Britney Spears some media training. Let's refresh her on what to do. Let's do what we need to do so Britney can come out. I know. This doesn't have to happen tomorrow.
No, and nor it should.
But this needs to happen soon because I feel like we are going to Jamie Lynn is continue to have this big platform until Britney can set the record straight seriously.
Yes.
Not on a Twitter text post with a bunch of emojis.
Typos.
Not any of that. She needs something serious. She needs a sit-down interview. She needs some sort of appointment television. The world needs to stop and watch Britney come clean and talk about her story for us to stop caring about Jamie Lynn and the rest of the family.
I already don't. I tried not to give anybody else in the family attention, but when it's something like this,
Well, you have to because this has been the huge news. So
yeah.
Where do we move on from this? What do you think? Do you think that? Okay, actually, let's go to predictions.
Okay.
I predict that Jamie Lynn is going to have she's gonna hit some record for this book. It's gonna be #1 on New York's Best Time. It'll be a huge success for her and her publishers.
And this is something I hope
because people are going to hate read it. It's not because again, court of public opinion will forever be against her.
A number is a number at the end of the day. A New York Times bestseller, whether it's a hate sell or a love sell, is a bestseller. Yep. Guess what? It's still sold. Unfortunately, she still got the check.
It's still sold.
So try Try to get it secondhand if we can find one.
I think that Jamie will go back into obscurity. I think that she may, in 5 to 10 years, get a Hallmark movie or get a Lifetime movie where she's the lead. Other than that, I think that she will remain a loser for the rest of her life. What do you think?
I think she's gonna be public enemy for the rest of her life.
Really?
Because, as I've said time and time again in this episode, it's not that she had the greatest of fan bases and, like, stans that her sister does. You know, she might have had a couple of housewives who like to sit and watch her Hallmark movies, but she doesn't have fans. And her fucking over someone at this magnitude that has millions upon millions of dedicated people, you're going to remain public enemy. You were never number one,
Well,
you're never going to be number one, and you shot yourself down to number 99.
Yeah, there could be 99 people in the room.
And you need just...
It only takes one Britney Spears
Yeah,
stan,
no,
you
it
know?
takes one Britney Spears stan, bitch, to say, that's Jamie Lynn.
That, yeah, like, let's go mob
beat
her.
her
Like,
up. Go punch her nose.
of course, you know, oh, well, I'm not going to say that. Anyways, I think that this goes ahead. Wait, unless you have any more predictions about Jamie Lynn's career.
I think she's going to try to cash grab at her sister one last time. She's going to get she's either going to try to cash grab at Britney one more time, or she's really going to try to, like, rectify this, get this under the
You know what I
rug,
see?
sweep it, fix it, and it's not going to work. What?
20 years from now, from the creator, Jamie Lynn Spears, comes a sitcom about a little girl seeing her big sister rise to stardom and how she can live. It's going to be we're going to get and Jamie Lynn's going to be at the helm of it. Nobody's going to watch it because it'll be on, like, a weird streaming service like Quibi. Oh my god, yeah. Quibi will get a reboot.
Tubi.
It'll be on Quibi.
It's going to be a Tubi original.
No. Wait, but do you remember Quibi?
Yes, and all their stuff is on the Roku channel now. Literally.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they went bankrupt.
They went bankrupt, so Roku, I think, bought all of their content, like, bought them out. Because all of Quibi content is on there.
Well, everyone was getting a Quibi show.
Yes, because they were trying to get people to watch Quibi using the big names.
Which makes no sense to me, because
Well, because they spent all the money before they got it. You spent all this money on getting all of these celebrities to be the faces of your shows. You bought all these shows.
Real quick, I gotta ask you about something.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation about Theranos.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with Theranos. No, I'm obsessed with that scandal. You have no idea. It's been like a good year.
Elizabeth Holmes?
It's been a good year of me watching nothing but Elizabeth Holmes documentaries.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb, because I had this conversation with my coworker yesterday. She should not be under federal investigation. You people were just stupid for giving. No. Okay, hear me out. I was a girl put on a performance of her lifetime. Like was a full actress. Decided to.
She really went the wrong career path. She should have been an actress.
No, she went to school for drama, I think.
Boom.
She was literally like, okay, this is all. I'm pretty sure. Like she literally was a performance artist and was like, I'm going to defraud a bunch of rich men.
I'm going to pretend that I'm the female Steve Jobs and get a husband and some cash.
No, oh God, she's so fascinating. No, it's the fact that she got
her fake
billions
voice
of dollars. Yeah, she got billions of dollars from a bunch of hedge funds, like from the top 1%.
From Silicon Valley, girl?
Yeah, no, to create something that just she knew that would never work in a million years. No,
and
she is literally Robin Hood. Like, she is our Robin Hood.
You don't even have to be a scientist to be like, that's impossible when you hear her proposal for the Edison machine. To be like, a drop of blood. And, like, you don't even need to be a scientist.
Give her money. Hey, but okay, at the end of the day, did she make a GoFundMe and go for the poor people and exploit the poor people? No, she went straight to the top. Therefore, let her keep the billions of dollars.
The government is so harsh on these defrauding things from frauding investors. They are so way more harsh on this than anything else, and I couldn't give a fuck. If someone defrauds an investor that's extremely rich, wealthy, they're gonna be fine. The most she should do is pick up some trash on the side of the freeway. That's her punishment, girl.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? But I'm like, she shouldn't have to give it back. Like, no, she worked
if
for
you're
that money.
dumb enough to
Speaking
think that a
of
machine that uses one drop of blood is gonna work.
She creates leads.
She's a lead. She creates leads. She's a lead creator.
She uses the algorithm. She's a lead creator.
That's
she
literally
was an entrepreneur.
Literally her in interviews when they ask you.
She was simply a woman.
What does the machine do? It's blood. It draws blood. It has to do with blood. Many bloods, disease. Edison.
She was an entrepreneur. She was simply a networker.
I love that she literally saw Steve Jobs and just went, right.
Yeah, and I think that if she was a man, she would not.
She would have got away with it.
She would have got away with it.
She would have got away with it. She would have gotten way more time to actually get some sort of actual thing done.
No. Guys are mad that a girl
They're so mad they outsmarted them. Quite literally.
No, they are so mad that a girl with dry hair defrauded them.
With dry hair
so be it.
And a good turtleneck.
And a good... Hey, wait, this is sounding like me. Dry hair and a good turtleneck.
And she's blonde. Although... I don't know if I would characterize you as blonde in this very moment.
There's a whole story that we could have, but we should end the episode because this was supposed to be a mini episode, and it is now 50 minutes.
Yep.
So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning into this messy episode.
Yep.
Come back on Thursday for a brand new regular episode of Jushing with Jules, featuring my guest host for this week, Veronica Valentine.
Hello.
So thank you, Ronnie, for coming on. Would you like to finish us off by saying anything?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me. This has been truly the time of my life. This is the fastest hour. There's never a time where I don't love talking with you, being with you, and I'm so happy to share it with this beautiful audience.
Right? Let me ask the audience.
That's the name of my podcast.
Anyways.
I just realized. Let me ask the audience. Only 2 episodes out from last year's summer, but they're very riveting. So if you want to listen to it, riveting. Go to Just Like That on Spotify. Not anywhere you listen to podcasts. Yeah, it's just Spotify.
Go to And Just Like That on Instagram. I will be posting a bunch of stuff this week. Anyways, let's just remind everyone to be forever and always #free Britney.
Mm-hmm. And be free yourself, Don't let...
Free yourself and the rest will follow, Don't let any... Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow.
Don't let any Jamie Lynn in this world try to take you down and try to use you and abuse you.
Do not let a bum-ass bitch like Jamie Lynn try to take you down.
You take her, you smash her in the ground.
No, you know what you do? You write 10 very long text posts.
Riddled with typos and emojis.
Coming for...
their life.
Your little sister's ass.
Their life.
Well, all right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of And Just Like That. And we will go ahead and see you later this week. Mwah.